it's always that you have to follow your heart, because if you're not passionate about it, you won't succeed.
So guys, welcome to a new episode of the vlog Going International. And today we have a really exciting person that we're going to talk to, Nina Bansal. She's one of the best Taekwondo competitors in Europe, even the world. And we're going to talk about her exciting journey from a beginner until a world-class competitor. So this is going to be really exciting. We have, as you know, this vlog is about taking HITIO Gym international, our international journey. But you have also a really interesting international journey yourself. And I thought if we could talk about that, because you started in Mudo in Norway when you were a young kid.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you are a world-class competitor. So maybe you could just tell the viewers very quickly how this started.
Yeah, well, actually I didn't actually train anything. So when I was 15, my mother, she said that maybe you should take a self-defense class or something like that. So my friend, she was training at Mudo. So she just asked me if I would like to join. So I was like, okay, let's give it a try. And even like I didn't have any other skills. This was the first time I even like trained anything. So yeah, I loved it from the first minute. So after a year I started Taekwondo, and like since I was little I thought martial arts was really cool, and I was watching like movies and thought, oh, this looks nice. But I was too shy to even like dare to ask my parents if it's something I could do. So my trainer Fredrik, Bjertnæs, he asked me if I wanted to join the Taekwondo classes. So inside I was like really happy, but then in the outside I was like, yeah, maybe I will see. So I joined one class, and from that moment it was love at first kick, as I always say.
That's good. And it's very interesting that Fredrik, my business partner, he was your first trainer, instructor. And how important was that that you had the right instructor in the beginning?
I would say it has everything to say, because I was, as I mentioned, too shy to like asking if I could join in competitions or anything. So one day he just told me that, hey, by the way, on next Norwegian Cup you're signed up, you're performing. So I was like, no, I'm not good enough, I don't think I can do it or make it. But just that he was believing in me was enough. So I was really happy that someone actually saw what I was able to do. So if it wasn't for him, I'm not sure if I would ever started to compete.
So that's crucial.
Yes. The
right instructor that saw you and can give you some confidence that it's possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after those first trainings then, how did that actually turn into a journey? When you, right now you came home from the World Championship in Taiwan.
Yes.
From that beginning, how did that happen?
I was actually always dreaming about going to the World Championships, and I had some like mates in the club who were like only going to regional competitions. They took gold and silver, and I thought, it would be really fun to do something, joining competitions. But then I thought, maybe I'm not good enough for this, but I will always give it a try. So Fredrik, he always said that you have to keep trying, even though you're succeeding or not, doesn't matter, but if you love it, then you have to do it. So with that in mind, I just kept going, and then I was selected for the national team after some years. And then Fredrik said that, okay, this is your moment, so I had to just grab the moment and do what you can.
And obviously you are in good shape, and because you train a lot. But what would you say is your what kind of physical benefits have you gotten from this martial arts taekwondo training?
I know that I'm really strong now.
Yeah.
And especially the legs are really strong.
Especially the legs.
Because you kick all the time. And all the stances.
Because you do all kind of exercises with kicks, right? Not just weights and stuff like that. Mostly kicking.
Lots of kicking, stretching, and also strength training because you need strength to have good balance, stability in your work. But in general, I will say that you have to have good basics. Yeah.
And what kind of amount of training do you do now to actually compete in the World Championship? How much do you train?
In season, I always train about 3 or 4 hours a day, 7 days a week. Mostly 1 hour conditioning, strength training, and then 3 hours with techniques and taekwondo.
That's a lot of training.
It is.
But of course, in Mudo, that's not the ordinary member. Like the ordinary member starts like you did, just for exercise and fun and maybe some self-defense. So most members, they maybe train 2 times per week or 3 times per week. So you are like elite practitioner, and you do this, of course, because you have this as a passion. But you just competed in the World Championship.
Exactly.
How did you prepare for that?
Well, this year has been very different actually because for the previous years I always trained a lot and maybe not enough like mentally. So I did a lot of mental training this year. And I tried to, I think that, okay, if I'm not training and things doesn't feel right, then I should stop training. Because before I was like kicking and kicking, maybe like 200 kicks for a session, and it didn't feel good, so I just kept going. But now it's different. I'm more mature, I would say, and I just stopped training whenever I felt it wasn't good. But at the same time, it's important to push yourself also. In the beginning.
Absolutely. Do you say you work more with mental training? And that obviously is really important to compete at a high level. Actually, it's the same if you're going to do business at a high level. You really need to be mentally prepared and work with your own head.
Of course.
But how do you work with mental preparation?
I always try to see myself that, like visualizing that I'm always competing, that how I would say it would be the perfect performance. And I then try to have a sensation that I'm on the mats, that I can feel the mats with my feet. And then I just close my eyes, I can see myself performing, and when I do that I can feel like my body's like reacting to it.
So you do a lot of visualization, and do you do that, for example, at home when you lie down, or? Sometimes
I do it before I start the training, so I can have the same sensation. And close up to championships I do it every evening before I go to bed.
And how do you work with goals? Because you probably at some point set a goal of competing in national, being the World Championship or whatever. How do you do that?
I always thought it's important to have like big dreams and goals. But you also have to be realistic, because you won't become a world champion if you don't train like a world champion. And of course I set the goal I will win the Nordics first, and then the Europeans, and then the World Championships. So of course some people get to go with the World Champion first, but I think it's important to take things like step by step.
Step by step. So now you are of course the Norwegian champion many times over.
Yes.
And even the European champion. And Nina has won a lot of gold medals in many different competitions, and now you competed in the World Championship. How do you think that went?
Well, when I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure, because I felt that my performance was really good and I was mentally prepared before I would get so many nerves that I couldn't focus enough. But this year I saw that my opponent was Korea in the round of 16, so I felt that okay, she's good, I'm good, but I have to do what I have to do. And do my best, of course. So I felt I had 100% confidence and I showed what I was able to do. This time it didn't work out, but even though it didn't do it, I felt that I did my best and everyone saw it. So that's the good part, but the bad part is that the system is like this, that I didn't get the medal. So it's bittersweet.
That's understandable with all of that hard training. But as I heard, you did an amazing performance at the competition. In high season, in season, you work out a lot. You have to do 3 hours per day, every day. So that's not, of course, ordinary people don't need to do that. But to make people have a picture of how you do that, could you explain what a typical day then would look like?
Well, I get up at 5 a.m. every morning in the weekdays. So it's pretty early. And then I go to the gym and have one session, mostly strength training and conditioning. Typically
basic conditioning and strength.
Yes. And then I get home, so I get ready for work. And I go to work and finish at 4 p.m. And then it's straight to the gym to train another 2 or 3 hours. And after that I go home and have something to eat and then back to bed.
And then back to bed.
So that's basically my routine for every day.
How do you get enough food and the right nutrition? Do you prepare that the day before, or how do you do that?
I think it's important that you have a plan for what you're going to eat. Otherwise it's difficult to find something nutritional, as you say. So it's important that you have a plan that, okay, I need this and this for this day and for the next day. So you have to like prepare this a week before actually.
Okay. So Nina, as you know, you're taking this concept international. We're going to start all over Europe. And we know that taking a business international from zero to a big company, it takes a lot of inspiration. We always have to develop, we always have to learn more. So we learn from other people, we travel, we read, we go to lectures, we network with other people. And that's a lot of things we do to improve our business. And it's a lot of the same thing to being a top athlete. So probably people will wonder what you are doing to keep inspired and develop.
I think it's really inspiring to watch people who are really passionate about something. And it doesn't matter if it's sports, it can be if it's music or business or anything else basically, because one of my biggest idols is Usain Bolt. He's an athlete, but the way he explains how he trained and how hard it was, and his really good spirit for the sport, it's really inspiring. And on the other hand, I have my sister who's a musician, who's really working hard, and my training partner Joachim, who's also training really hard. And of course, my coaches and trainers. Fredrik, who's like been there for me from the very beginning, and he's always been a good sparring partner as well, because he always explained how he developed his business and how it's important for him to set goals and working towards them. So I think I get all the motivation and inspiration from different kind of fields.
So you use that, for example, conversations with Fredrik, or your national team coach, or your training partner. You use that in a structured way that you call them sometimes, or
and sometimes when I'm in a difficult situation, I talk to them or call them, because I think it's we have to like learn from everyone. Everyone who's inspiring can learn you something and teach you lots of things.
But you travel a lot, because I know that you gone to a lot of countries just for training.
Yeah.
So that's also part of your plan, right?
Yeah.
To go out, meet.
Yeah, I think you have to do it yourself. You can't wait that you will be good just by being here. So you have to do some networking and ask other teams if you can join trainings. So that's what I did basically in the beginning. I contacted many teams and asked if I can come to train with them. And I learned so much.
So if you were to give the viewers of this vlog an advice, even if it's just maybe somebody just want to train, or somebody that wants to go for their dream and start their own business, or if they want to be an international competitor, would you have some specific advice to give them?
Yeah, of course, and it's a bit cliche, but it's always that you have to follow your heart, because if you're not passionate about it, you won't succeed. So I think it's universal in any kind of field. You have to feel that this is what I really want, otherwise it's not 100%. So that's important, to find your passion. And
that's number one.
Yeah.
Find your passion.
Yes, and then work for it, even though it's hard.
Yeah. And if you have your passion, you know that my passion is to start a business, for example, or whatever. What would be the next thing that they should do?
Yeah, knowledge is really good because you have to keep seeking what you can develop. So don't wait that anything will happen. You have to be proactive.
Action is the key.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Good advice.
Yes.
So Nina, you have done this for many years. How many years actually since you started?
It's now 16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
And still going strong.
Still going strong.
So what, I'll be curious to know what your next goal is.
Well, since I didn't get what I wanted for this World Championships, it's obviously World Championships in 2 years, in 2020. But before that I had Europeans coming up in 2019. So that's the first one, and obviously I have many other goals on the way to 2020, which is the ultimate goal.
The big goal is the World Championship in 2020.
Obviously.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Hope you watch us next Thursday at 8 o'clock Central European Time. And Nina?
Yeah, and please go to YouTube and subscribe on the blog.
And remember to push the notification button.